Welcome to Constitution Hall. At our ceremony, we respectfully request that you refrain from using loud noise-making devices, and please do not take phone calls or text during our ceremony. A celebratory picture on your cell phone is, of course, encouraged. Thank you for creating an environment where we can all enjoy the graduation together, and we will begin our commencement ceremonies very soon.
please rise or remain standing for the presentation of the colors. Please be seated.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
I see the kids on the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need?
A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul.
Each other on the wind, you know, 'cause I got no place to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change.
I'm asking him to change.
He's gonna make a change.
No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. You gotta get it right. All we got the time is when you
Close your heart, close your mind.
And the man in the mirror, asking him
the world a better place. Take a look at yourself and then make that change. I'm gonna make that change for once in my life.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson, Ms. Young, Ms. Kim, members of faculty, staff, distinguished guests, families, but most importantly, class of 2023. It is truly an honor for me to be up here and welcome you all today. You know, there are quite a few notable memories that we've made over these past 4 years. I could talk for hours about all of our class's accomplishments. For example, our class has been able to raise nearly $40,000 in gross profit alone this year. We actually had some money left over after prom, so we went ahead and had a $300 pizza party. I just want to say for the record, before you guys start blaming me, this guy was the one who approved of that pizza party. Speaking of which, I never got reimbursed yet. I paid for that money with my card. Where's my money, man? I just realized I have a lot of potential up here. I can say whatever I want in front of your bosses and alter your career path. So anyways, entering high school, we all needed to figure out what we were doing. All I thought about was learning how class planning worked, or how Mr. Bitler is able to grow his facial hair like that, so uniquely, or how Mr. Long has a job. Our class, being split from 2 middle schools, had a lot of us thinking about meeting new friends. While Tyler and I were elected at Frost, Cab and John, for some reason, never actually held any elections. So we had our own secretary elections, to which, of course, Allison won. And the first thing I said to her when we met was, "Hi, I'm Max Choi. You have to pay us $20 so you can be in a lip-sync dance competition on stage." But despite all the surprising events that freshman year threw at us, we proved to be a formidable force in our class competitions. Whether it was beating the class of 2022 with our Frankenstein float, or putting on the hits, the lip-sync dance battle. And I'd like to take credit for the reason why we won, because of my amazing dance moves. We might have MJ himself here, but I mean, I can do like a hee-hee. Fast forward to March, and we all get an extended spring break for about 16 months. Only condition is that none of us can go outside. We all gradually became disconnected throughout our sophomore year. But somehow, we found ways to preserve our community through events such as our very first month-long Pike Kitchen fundraiser. I guess all that fried rice really did pay off. Joining separate calls during a math test and giving each other answers for it. Or even through our very first class elections, to which Hope was first elected as our vice president. After a year of staring at computer screens, we were finally able to see one another junior year. And we had our very first in-person homecoming competitions once again. And man, did we kick some major ass. I still remember our first place winning courtyard. We had Tyler dressed in a crop top so he could be an 80s dance instructor. I still remember him. There was a skit portion during the judging, and when the judges came around, he goes, "Let's get physical, hip circles, hip circles." Not only did we crush every class in the homecoming competitions, but in POTH and every single other competition as well. After competition season was over, it was time for our first big event, the event that would bring us all back together as one class, junior banquet. We all got super hyped to have a flashy Hollywood, glamorous ballroom banquet until we were told it had to take place in the school's parking lot in 50-degree weather. At the time, it seemed like our big event to reconnect would be ruined. But we still came together in a different way, to advocate for ourselves. We voiced our discontent to admin, saying, hey, a parking lot banquet sucks. It took a solid month, but after we accepted our fate, we had a firm plan for a parking lot banquet. That is until the week before we got approval to switch it back into the school and we had to change all our plans. But despite the last-minute change, we still came together as a class, and we put on a pretty amazing event for what we were given. Then finally, senior year. Yes, we are the head honchos now. Not only that, but we had a new administrator and a principal, as well as a new co-sponsor for our class, Ms. Kim. COVID restrictions were lifted, and we had a lot more liberty to do whatever we wanted, or at least that's what it felt like. Before senior year started, we had a t-shirt design voting, in which one design overwhelmingly won the popular vote. One design that contained a simple phrase, I heart hot seniors. With a departing principal and assistant principal who were no longer able to get in trouble for any decision that they'd make, and a design with vast popularity. It was the perfect formula for us to have a funny class t-shirt. But then, long story short, the decision was quickly reversed. The highlight of my first week of school this year was actually at our first pep rally. Sure, we may have won the cheering competition, but let's face it, we're unbeatable, we're indomitable at this point. No one can touch us. The reason why that day was so memorable, though, was because of a certain story I heard about a group of seniors. That day, they saw a table sitting outside the auditorium. And for some odd reason, they decided to carry said table down Wootton Parkway until they got to one of their houses. Well, they got caught for a few reasons. First, one of the associate superintendents of school was driving down Wootton Parkway at the time and reported to Mr. Pucciarelli. The main reason, though, that they got caught, so normally when Mr. Pucciarelli gets a report like that, he has to look through hours of camera footage, and he doesn't necessarily like to do that. And given that we all dress somewhat similarly, it's kind of hard to signify one person in a security camera footage. Well, one of these students was wearing a red, white, and blue Uncle Sam costume with a top hat. For the first time ever, our class helped plan and sponsor the Fall Festival, which had a record estimate turnout of nearly 700 people. At the festival, we had a trunk or treat, and one of our senior planners, Kevin Glazer, brought his car to give out candy. What we didn't anticipate, though, was that when you mix tiny children and candy, all hope of society is lost. The kids banded together to riot Kevin's car and end up breaking his bumper. Usually, when we have inclement weather, my mom tells me whether or not school is closed. Well, on the last day of Thanksgiving break, my mom, she gives me a call. Hi, baby Choi. Just so you know, school's closed tomorrow. First thing I said was, first off, Mom, I'm not a baby. Can you pack my lunch tomorrow, by the way? And second, what do you mean school is closed? I don't see anything on the weather. Well, it was because a plane crashed into a power line, causing half the county to lose power. We held and planned 2 talent shows this year, Putting on the Hits, which I briefly mentioned, as well as Thursday Night Live, to which we bopped and moshed to our favorite Wootton performers such as Prisma, Bollywood Club, or of course, Wootton High School's very own favorite Spotify verified rapper. Fast forward a few months later, and we made it to the 2 events that we've been preparing since freshman year for: senior picnic and senior prom. After 4 years of being the absolute best in the business, we finally made it to the two events that would allow us to come together as a class one last time, excluding today. We all bonded over mini golf, volleyball, kickball, or through attempting to use a rope that you found lying on the ground as a makeshift harness so you can use Smoky Glen Farm zip line, only to be stopped by an angry Mr. Donato. At prom, we packed the ballroom as we danced to our favorite songs, and we also made sure to avoid the couples who were in the corner doing this. Can someone please book me a flight to Arizona so I can jump off the Grand Canyon for doing that? I have $300 ready. As I'm being given the look now saying that I need to wrap up my speech, I'll leave you all with one final concept. You may be looking up here and thinking, man, that guy, he seems super smart, intelligent, handsome, and has a great, big personality. Though most of that may be true, you'd be shocked to find out that I'm actually just a high schooler and not some wise guru. So if for some reason you took a lesson from my speech today, follow the advice of renowned educator and philosopher James Long. You probably shouldn't listen to half the stuff that I tell you guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, or you just forgot, my name is Max Choi. Thank you all for allowing me to have had the esteemed honor to serve as your class president for these past 4 years. Congratulations, thank you, go Patriots. I'd now like to welcome up our senior class treasurer, Tyler Cosgrove.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Tyler Cosgrove, and I've had the privilege of being your class treasurer for the past 4 years. I want to begin by congratulating the class of 2023. We truly have grown so much together. Looking back, I'm proud to have been part of such a resilient and motivated class. First, I'd like to thank the parents in the audience today. Only with your support have I been able to do my job as treasurer. Together, we've been able to fund events like prom and junior banquet, showcases like POTH and TNL, homecoming competitions, fall festival, senior picnic, and many other events that our class will remember as we move forward. I would also like to thank the parents for paying for car repairs to offset the weekly damage done in parking lot accidents, and for continuing to let your children drive to school despite this. We really appreciate your trust, however misguided. Joking aside, I want to truly thank you all for supporting us throughout our elementary, middle, and high school experiences. We wouldn't be the people we are today without you. I would also like to thank our incredible teachers. You have instilled in us the values of hard work, discipline, and perseverance, values that will serve us well as we go into the world. Class of 2023, today we enter a new stage in our lives. Along the way, we've had to fight through mobs of people in order to secure a parking spot, endure the smell of rotting pigs in the science hallway, and most harrowing, put up with not being able to visit Falls Grove for a lunchtime Chipotle run, as far as security knows. In spite of these obstacles, we've made it. As much as I'd like to highlight all the specific and incredible things our class has accomplished this year, I'm only one small part of it, and I'm unable to see the amazing achievements that happen on a class-wide scale every day. So let me introduce you to someone who does. Mr. Nelson, though it's only his first year at Wootton, has truly gone the extra mile. You've probably seen him on every sporting event, talent show, musical, and pep rally. Raised in Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania, he received his bachelor's at Duquesne University in 2001, and then his master's from McDaniel College in 2008. Before becoming Wootton's principal this year, he was an English teacher, staff development specialist, and assistant principal at 3 schools, recently at BCC. Roles that have prepared him well for serving our school. It's now my honor to introduce our principal, Mr. Douglas Nelson.
Thank you, Tyler. Good morning to you all. My name is Douglas Nelson, and I'm the principal of Thomas S. Wootton High School. And I would like to welcome all families, friends, colleagues, and of course, a special welcome to the students of the class of 2023. It is your graduation, and I could not be more proud and delighted to be with you at this celebration. A number of venerated guests join us this morning, including Board of Education member, the Honorable Ms. Rebecca Smondrowski, Montgomery County Public Schools Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Monifa McKnight, Chief of Staff, Mr. Brian Stockton, Acting Director of School Support and Wellbeing, Ms. Michelle Schultz, and Dr. Gregory Bell, Supervisor, Diversity Initiatives. Thank you all very much for joining us today. The Wootton Cluster is guided by the stellar leadership of my fellow school principals. Each of them leads a school that is built upon excellent outcomes for their students. I will ask you all to stand as we recognize you. Please join me in welcoming the principal of Robert Frost Middle School, Dr. Joey Jones. The principal of Cabin John Middle School, Ms. Summer Snyder. The principal of Cold Spring Elementary, Ms. Natalie Hembrecht. Principal of Dufif Elementary School, Mr. Greg Barron. Principal of Lakewood Elementary School, Dr. Ebony Nicole Kelly. And Principal of Stone Mill Elementary School, Dr. Kim Williams Cassio. I would like to also acknowledge the wonderful staff at Travilla and Fallsmead Elementary School. And thank you all for joining us this morning. We welcome Mr. Miles Frost to the graduation stage. It brings me great pride to know that we welcome a Wootton alumnus to speak at our ceremony this morning. Miles, your presence on our stage demonstrates to each of us that the students of Wootton can capitalize on their passions. Your talents were nurtured at Wootton High School, and you went on to entertain audiences and win awards. Our community is tremendously proud of this Patriot. Thank you for joining us this morning. This morning, I would like to acknowledge all the parents and caregivers of the class of 2023. To recognize our parents shines a light on all that you have done for your children. Parents, you are your child's first true teacher and their greatest champion. You show up for your child every time and without question. You nurtured the belief that learning is crucial to successfully living in this world, and you provided them with unconditional love that every child needs and deserves. To all of our parents and caregivers, the staff and students of Wootton High School celebrate you as well. Let's give a round of applause to our parents and caregivers with us today. I would also like to give a special shout out to my mother Sally and my twin brother Dan, who are with us this morning. The only reason that I am here is because of your unending support. I truly love you and thank you. Next, I would like to recognize the deeply committed educators at Thomas Wootton High School. You all are simply second to none. As educators, I hope you see the power and impact of your work. The graduates of the class of 2023 sit before you, and each of them has been molded and developed by you. Our staff members worked tirelessly this past year to achieve learning outcomes while nurturing strong relationships. Wootton staff have returned to a new normal this year, and we welcome it back. To the faculty and staff of Wootton High School, would you please rise? As your principal, I am profoundly proud to know that you are my colleagues and my work family. I would also like to expend a very special thank you to some specific Wootton staff members, to Ms. Rice, who has coordinated our graduation ceremony, to Ms. Kim and Ms. Young, who are the senior class sponsors, and Ms. Labey, the senior class administrator. Thank you for all that you have done to make this day and this year a success for all of our students. As the new principal of Wootton, I would be remiss if I did not express my unfeigned gratitude to the entire school community. You all have welcomed me with enthusiasm and kindness right from the first day and every day thereafter. I am often asked about my thoughts regarding Wootton and the community, and my answer is consistently the same. It is wonderful. The school is defined by a warmth that is undergirded with an expectation that students deserve what is best. This is what our community believes, and I appreciate your support throughout the year and in the future. You all are the wind in my sails. Thank you. And to the class of 2023. Your graduation day is here. Congratulations on all that you have done to reach this remarkable achievement. You have accomplished much during your time at Wootton, and let me share some examples. When it comes to service, the senior class at Wootton has earned an astounding 103,600 hours of student service learning. When it comes to academic achievement, there is also much to celebrate. Students in the class of 2023 have reportedly earned over $50 million in scholarships to schools and post-secondary institutions around the nation and the world. All I can say to you is, wow. The successes of Wootton's seniors are hard to match. All of this was earned through the hard work and efforts you have exhibited at school these past 4 years, and you have so much to be proud of. Graduation is often purported to be a rite of passage. There is great intention behind this designation, and since your first steps into the kindergarten classroom, you have traveled down a prepared path of learning that legions have taken before. Today marks the end of a chapter of your life and the beginning of a new one. As you turn this page, you are in a truly unique position to go out there and make a difference. Some in your class have already started to make a difference through advocacy, charitable efforts, volunteering, and doing good in this world. Today, I simply say to all of you, you need to go there. Later in the ceremony, you all, as a class, will be asked to turn your tassel. And as you move this decorative piece on your mortarboard, do not miss the significance of that moment. You have the skills and knowledge and resources to contribute positively to our society. Hence, as your principal, I task you with this challenge, as our society and global community need future citizens who can and will bring about change. The stakes are too high in this moment in history to do anything but change the world so that it is better for everyone. So to impart some advice, you cannot wait for someone to teach you how to make a difference. It is not something that is written in a textbook. You do this by defining your moral compass of what is right and wrong, and then you work diligently to effect change. I encourage you to use the education that you have received at Wootton to advocate for the marginalized, to speak out against what is wrong, and to challenge the norms of the world in which we live. I know my message has been shared before, and it will be shared at various graduation stages around the nation, but I leave you with this concluding thought. The most impactful principal I ever worked in my teaching career with would say a certain message often. If you feel that you are saying a message too often, say it again. Meaning the most important messages cannot be said too many times. They bear repeating over and over again. So the class of 2023, get out there and make a difference. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. You will always be a part of the Wootton family and the proud tradition that comes with it. Congratulations to the class of 2023. For our next speaker, I welcome Ms. Hope Safai, Senior Class Vice President.
Good morning. My name is Hope Safai, and I've proudly served as our Class Vice President for the past 3 years. And let me tell you, I hated every minute of it. I hated how easy it was to win every single spirit competition. I hated how easy it was to win every single cheering contest. And I hated how our great planning was able to out-fundraise every single class with ease. But you know what I hate the most? Having to say goodbye to the wonderful friends and memories we have made over these past 4, 7, and for others, even 13 years. For that reason, I propose we see this not as a goodbye, but as a solemn see you later. Having talked with you all over the past couple of weeks, it's evident that many of our journeys may not swiftly cross again. However, I am proud to say that we are all headed towards our own version of success. For some, that might mean college, for others, entering the workforce, and for some, a path that is yet to be discovered. I think our time at Wootton was very similar to time spent in a Chick-fil-A checkout line. And before you start laughing, let me explain. When you first walk in, you're exposed to the wide variety of options to choose from. Where to sit, what size drink to get, what type of sauce you want. But by the time you've navigated your way through all of the my pleasures and tough decisions, you ultimately reach the checkout. That is where we are today. Once you leave Chick-fil-A, you go on about your day, but the memory and comfort of that juicy #1 Chick-fil-A Deluxe remains. That's like our graduation. Although we are moving on today and have graduated past the checkout line, we will still look back at this time with joy and reminisce on all the great times we've had together. So next time you come face to face with a hard decision, just remember you graduated from Wootton High School. You've encountered hard decision after hard decision and ultimately have learned the sentiment that our future is what we make of it. If there's a will, there's a way, and if there's a Quizlet, there's an A. So next time Chick-fil-A gives you a kid's toy, use the knowledge and determination within you to trade it into an ice cream cone. Although this graduate wasn't fortunate enough to experience the Chick-fil-A we have now, this graduate took his time at Wootton and made his own ice cream cone with it. Mr. Miles Frost, class of 2017. He has starred in several films, competed on The Voice, and ultimately landed the coveted lead role as Michael Jackson in Broadway's MJ the Musical. Miles has shown us that hard work and passion can turn your dreams into reality. We all started in the same place. He walked through the same commons, took the same difficult classes, and rallied at the same pep rallies. But his perseverance and dedication has allowed him to win a Tony Award, be nominated for a Grammy, and proudly be a Wootton alum. Please help me welcome Mr. Miles Frost.
How y'all feeling? I said, how y'all feeling? Y'all graduated. How y'all feeling? Yeah. Man, I'm so proud of y'all. Ooh, not me breaking the microphone. Is this how it goes? Okay, we back in business. This is crazy to me, honestly. 6 years ago, I was in the same seats that you're sitting in right now. And even though that was 6 years ago, I know that you're thinking the same thing I was. I'm just ready to get my diploma so I can go eat. Shit, I'm hungry right now, not gonna lie to you. I haven't lived much more life than you have, but I've experienced a lot in such a short time. And for those of you who don't know me, once again, my name is Miles Frost, class of 2017 here at Wootton High School. Oh yeah. I'm a singer, actor, musician, and I'm most known for being the youngest solo Tony Award winner in history for my portrayal of Michael Jackson in MJ the Musical on Broadway. But I think something that's more important than the award I won is, how did I get here? And the answer to that is taking a chance to try something new. My freshman year, I had just moved to the area, and I didn't know anybody, and I damn sure didn't know anything about musicals. I've been playing piano by ear since I was 6 years old. So when I wandered into an empty chorus room during lunch one day, I knew I had found my happy place. On this particular day, when I was playing the piano, a teacher walks in. Her name is Carla Ingram. What she didn't know is that at the time, she would be one of the main reasons why I'm standing here talking to you today. Her first words to me were, "I hope there's a beautiful voice behind that beautiful piano playing." To which I replied, "Yeah." She said, "Great, because we need more kids for this musical we're doing." And she could tell by the look on my face that, one, I had no idea what she was talking about, and two, I had absolutely no idea what she was talking about. She said, okay, well, the musical is called Hairspray, and a movie on it came out about a few years ago, and I think you should check it out. So when I went home that evening, I was like, "Ma, can you come watch this movie with me?" She said, "What movie?" I said, "Hairspray." She said, "Hairspray? What you know about Hairspray?" I said, "Absolutely nothing." And as we were watching the movie, I saw this guy come on the screen. He said, "Hey, I can see why people look at me and only see the color of my face, oh yeah. Then there's those who try to help, God knows, but always try to put me in my place." And I was like, yeah, I want to be that guy right there. I want to be that guy. Well, I auditioned, and I ended up getting the role. And believe it or not, playing the role of Seaweed J. Stubbs was my first time singing and dancing on stage at the same time. I was so used to being behind the piano and singing. So this brought me out of my element. But I fell in love with it, and it inspired me to start getting involved in the school more, in the talent shows and the school activities. But there was one particular activity or show that caught my eye, and that was TNL. I felt like it was real, it was raw, and it was a perfect opportunity for me to explore this newfound love. So I decided to participate. I ended up winning T&L my freshman year, and that experience solidified that performing on stage, allowing people to let loose while giving them an amazing show, inspiring them, or even just helping make a person happy for like 2 hours was something that I really wanted to do. And now, even though everything seemed to be going well on the music side of things, there was one major roadblock: my grades. I was just starting my sophomore year, and up until this point, I was maintaining a whopping 1.5 GPA. Thank you. Sorry, Mom. But as you could probably imagine, my mom wasn't too happy when she found out. And as a result, she did what any responsible parent would do. She said I could not do any extracurricular activity. My grandma's calling me. Hello?
Hey, Max, what you doing?
So I am doing the commencement speech at Wootton's graduation right now. You want to say hi?
Whose graduation?
At Wootton's graduation.
Whose graduation?
At Wootton's graduation. I'm speaking right now. Yes.
Oh, so you there? How you happen to be there?
Grandma, I'm doing a speech right now, and everybody can hear you. You want to say hi?
Okay, bye.
My grandma, everybody, my grandma. What makes this story even funnier is that my grandma was a school teacher, so when I said 1.5 GPA, I guess her spider senses started tingling. But my mom did what any responsible parent would do and told me I couldn't do any extracurricular activities of any kind until my grades were in better standing. Well, me being the hard-headed kid that I was and kind of still am, what I heard was, get your grades up by any means necessary. So after a slew of terrible decisions, I got caught plagiarizing. And once again, you could imagine my mom wasn't happy at all. And she did what any responsible parent would do to try to get their kid back on the right track. When I got home later that day, the hinges of my bedroom door and bathroom door were off. And there was police tape that said, "Police line, do not cross," blocking the doorway. Mom, where you at? I know she's in there somewhere. I turn around and see my mom standing behind me holding an orange jumpsuit. I'm pretty sure you can guess where this is going. I put the jumpsuit on and she takes me to her office where I see a blow-up mattress on the floor. She said, "I don't know if you know this, but you can go to jail for plagiarism. And since you want to act like a jailbird, I'm going to treat you like a jailbird." And now I'm not advising any parents to take the hinges off their child's door. However, what I did learn from that experience is one, I'm never going to plagiarize again. And two, it's better to just be authentic and do it the right way the first time. I also realized that it's okay to ask for help. That's really, really big. And this is a sidebar from the script, but I just want to make it known that I could not have gotten to where I am without a team. The teachers at Wootton were my team at that particular time, and have transformed into the team that I have today that are constantly supporting me. I ended up getting a 3.5, oh, please. Yeah. I ended up getting a 3.5 the first semester of my junior year, and I was released from jail. I was able to do T&L again this year, and my song of choice this time around was to do Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. What I didn't know is that this performance would change my life as I knew it. I finished my junior year with a 3.5 GPA and my senior year with a 3.7. And I was never the best in school, nor would I claim to be, but I did my best. And something big also happened my senior year. I was in my first movie, and I was on season 13 of NBC's The Voice. And I'm going to explain why that's important in just a second, so just keep that in the back of your mind. We flash forward to 2021 of my junior year of college at Bowie State University. And my acting coach, Leland Thompson, calls me on the morning of my sister's birthday, and he says, "Hey, I know this might sound weird, but I woke up thinking about you this morning." We had only had about 4 classes at this point, so I'm not gonna lie, it was a little weird. I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Yeah, man, I thought about you this morning, and the first thing I did was I went on YouTube and I looked up your name. And the first thing that popped up was Miles Frost performing Billie Jean." The video he's referring to is a video my mom took on her iPad during TNL. She was holding her iPad with the flash on like this. Recorded everything on her iPad. Parents, I cannot stress to you enough the importance of recording your children doing the things that they love. As much as they hate it, you never know how that video that you take could change their lives forever. And had my mom never recorded my performances and posted them on YouTube, I would have not had the experiences and the accolades to share with you today. He said, I have this pretty cool opportunity I think you'd be perfect for. Thus, MJ the Musical. We flash forward again, exactly 1 year and a month from that conversation. I'm sitting in my seat at Radio City as a Tony Award nominee for Best Lead Actor in a Musical. Now, thank you. Now remember how I told you to keep me being on The Voice in the back of your mind? Well, here's why. I didn't win. I didn't win The Voice. In fact, I didn't even get a chair turn. The judges at the time were Miley Cyrus, Blake Shelton, Adam Levine, and Jennifer Hudson. And even though I didn't get a chair turn, Jennifer Hudson gave me some very, very kind words of encouragement. I hugged all of the judges and walked off the stage. The next time I saw Jennifer Hudson was on the red carpet as we were congratulating each other on our Tony Award wins. Now, there are a few lessons to these stories. One, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. But if you're able to start strong, make sure you also finish strong as well. Number 2, always try your best and put your best foot forward in anything that you do. And it may not be what you want to do at that particular time, but it just may put you in position to give you the ability to do what you love. Number 3, be authentic with everything that you say and everything that you do. It will get you where you want to be much faster and without the burden of trying to be someone you're not. Number 4, it's not your responsibility to live up to someone else's expectations. I'm going to repeat that again. It is not your responsibility to live up to somebody else's expectations. Create your own standards and live up to them. I'm never going to be the perfect embodiment of Michael Jackson for the simple fact that I'm not him, nor do I want to be. I've always been and forever will be Miles Frost. Number 5, you never know how quickly your life can change for the better or for the worse. Mine changed in 1 year, which is why it's important to not take the people you meet, the places you go, and the things that you experience for granted. Because once it's time for your life to change, you may not be able to experience those simple things in life like you once did. Take it from me. And number 6, practice makes precision, not perfection. Nobody's perfect. Make the focus steady progress. That way, every time you look back, you can say, I was better than the day before. Number 7, give back and pay it forward, whether financially, with your story, or just taking a moment to inspire someone. You never know how you'll change their life. And lastly, number 8, have fun, because If you're not having fun, then what's the point? Now, before I go, I just want to show you one of my prized possessions. Now, this right here is my Tony Award, and it has my name on it, and the year I won. And the reason I'm showing to you this right now is to show you that if you have a dream to get one of these, you can absolutely achieve it. And even if your field is completely different than mine, whatever this Tony represents in your life, you can achieve it. You can. But you have to want to be the best because, like my mom used to always say, I can want it for you, but I can't do it for you. So go put in the work and go be great in whatever you do. Thank you. And congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Allison Chang, and I've had the great honor and privilege of serving as your class secretary for the past 4 years. While this quite popular tool would have been fairly easy to utilize at this time, I have to state that I did not end up using ChatGPT to write this speech. Over the past few months, I thought long and hard about how surprisingly difficult it was to plan out my words today. There were countless unprecedented events during our time at Wootton that we went through together as a class, whether we liked it or not. We came to Wootton as eager freshmen, wanting to absorb as much of the legendary high school experience we had heard about from our older peers. From cheering in the spirited football games and pep rallies, to dressing up for our first homecoming dance, we were excited for this new chapter of our lives and desired to experience more. Unfortunately, life has continuously shown that things haven't always gone as planned. Our lives had completely changed from the infamous intercom announcement that announced that we were all going into quarantine. The once collaborative school classrooms became our confined bedrooms, and happily meeting new friends within our classes became reluctantly entering breakout rooms with a bunch of black squares, trying not to be the first to speak. Even though we've had many unexpected challenges thrown at us, our class persevered and became one of the most successful and memorable classes at Wootton. We've raised several $1,000s in funds from Pike Kitchen, bake sales, and class events like Putting on the Hits and Thursday Night Live. Recently, we've had state champs all across Wootton athletics. including girls volleyball, swim and dive, track and field, and girls and boys tennis. We've celebrated our successes together during our senior picnic and prom, cheering each other on and dancing the night away. Wootton gave us the opportunities to allow us to reinvent ourselves a significant amount of times after making every possible mistake you could think of. Most importantly, our loving teachers and staff have made us comfortable enough in order to face pressuring circumstances head on. I would like to introduce you to the Honorable Miss Rebecca Smondrowski, a truly inspiring leader who is consistently working behind the scenes within the MCPS system for almost 11 years. As a Board of Education member, she oversees as well as advocates for the needs and experiences for all children. She currently serves as chairperson of the Board of Education's Policy Management Committee. She is also a member of the board's Communication and Stakeholder Engagement Committee, Committee on Special Populations, and is on the board of directors for the MCPS Educational Foundation. With a multitude of roles within the MCPS Board of Education, she has the experience as well as the dedication for fighting for the greater future of all students. Please give a warm welcome to the Honorable Miss Rebecca Smondrowski.
Good morning, graduates. Are you excited? Yeah? Well, I'm very honored to be here with you, even though as I was sitting there, I came up with a new definition of pressure, that being the last person to speak before you get your diplomas and having to figure out how I got to be the one who goes after this guy, because outstanding. Attending graduations is always one of my favorite parts of being on the Board of Education, and on behalf of my colleagues, our superintendent of schools, and all of MCPS, I send you all our sincerest congratulations. These last 4 years, like never before, we recognize the contributions of our staff. You are graduating from an amazing community. All of our teachers, administrators, principals, secretaries, paraeducators, counselors, lunch aides, and bus drivers, just to name a few. Their heroic efforts ensured that you had what you needed to walk across the stage today. And let's be honest, getting here was no small task. When you began school, the iPad was launched during your kindergarten year. Throughout the years with Montgomery County Public Schools, Instagram was invented, and the Ice Bucket Challenge raised $115 million for ALS. There was Occupy Wall Street, a Great Recession. We had a royal wedding, and Pluto was removed from the planets. Who saw that coming? Same-sex marriage was legalized, emojis diversified, and Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. But the 800-pound gorilla is that there is no doubt that your high school memories will forever be entangled with that other minor event, the pandemic that shut the world down. And while all of you were lucky enough to have had the opportunity to return to some form of normalcy during your high school experience, there were lessons from COVID that I believe should never be forgotten. Not as much geometry or world history as we would have liked, but a lot about ourselves, resilience, and the power of hope. So in recognition of that, I thought today I would share my COVID countdown lessons with you. And while not nearly as impressive as my predecessor's list, these are lessons that I believe far outweigh a pandemic. Lesson number 10, you can never have too much toilet paper. Sometimes life gets messy, so be prepared as you go through life to make sure you take the necessary steps to have what you need to be successful. That might be more schooling, a mentor and a job, or a plan like the military. Ultimately, everyone finds their own path, but whatever path you choose, make sure you are prepared. Number 9, always take your laptop home with you every night. expect the unexpected, and be open to surprise. Number 8, there are a lot of channels on TV, but very little worth watching. Be selective. Quantity is nothing. Quality is everything. Lesson 7, wearing pajamas all day not only cuts down on laundry, but it feels good. Wear soft clothes whenever possible. Be yourself and express your joy no matter what anyone else thinks. Number 6, Zoom. Good for work, lousy for parties. While social media may have kept you connected during the pandemic, remember that there is no substitute for meeting in person and getting to know who someone truly is. Technology, whether Zoom or Fortnite, laptop or phone, can be great, but it can never take the place of human interaction, so know when it's time to put it down. Number 5, friends and family are everything. Treasure those you wouldn't mind being in lockdown with. Lesson number 4, it's okay to be afraid. Sometimes life will be scary. That is why holding those who you love close is so important. Your lives are going to be full of opportunities, so it's important to never confuse a single failure for a final defeat, as some of our greatest successes in life come from changing our path due to something else having gone wrong. Lesson number 3, it might all feel like fun and games, but when the music stops, not everyone gets a chair. As you are engaged in the busy minutiae of your daily lives, it's easy to lose sight of the struggles of others. Really see people, know their stories, and help whenever you can. Number 2, my mother was right about the importance of washing your hands. Factually, your parents are right about most things, and in time, that will be clear. But as you go out and learn your own lessons, as you make your own decisions, remember this. When in doubt, if you are doing something you wouldn't be proud to tell your parents about, you probably shouldn't be doing it. Right? And the number 1 COVID lesson is that you are strong and resilient. You are even stronger than you think. You completed high school during a worldwide pandemic, and you found ways to create joy in very difficult times. You looked out for each other, and because of your efforts, you are all here today. Today, you start the next leg of your journey, stronger, smarter, and more prepared for life's challenges. And perhaps more than anything else, the lessons we've learned through it all is that what we get from being with each other, interacting with one another, arguing, laughing, singing, and crying, being part of something bigger than ourselves, is worth so much more than we ever may have realized. Over the coming years, you might forget the length of the 100 Years' War, which was, anyone? 116 years. You may have forgotten some science facts or the calculus that you learned while here at Wootton. What you will not forget is that together, you all survived, persevered, and today is the evidence that you can get through anything you set your minds to. On a day like today, I never failed to be inspired by the incredible accomplishments of our past graduates, people like the fabulous Miles Frost, and another Montgomery County graduate who won an Oscar for co-writing and directing Walt Disney's movie Encanto. It's a beautiful story about a young woman finding her place and discovering how she fits into the world. She struggles to understand her own gifts when it feels like the gifts of others are so clearly evident. But we all have things that make us extraordinary. Seeing and understanding your own magic is the journey that you all are on right now. So I will leave you with this. Write your own story, know your own power, and believe in your own magic. Congratulations, class of 2023. Are you ready to be official? Yeah? Well, then I'd like to invite you up.
So on behalf of the faculty and staff of Thomas S. Wootton High School, I recommend to you the members of the class of 2023 as qualified candidates for the State of Maryland diploma.
Excellent. Woo! In that case, by the virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Education of Montgomery County under the laws of the state of Maryland, I do now award diplomas or certificates evidencing the satisfactory completion of prescribed courses of study to the students of Thomas Wootton High School who are recommended for graduation by the faculty of this school. In receiving this diploma or certificate, each of you is entitled to all of the privileges and honors accorded graduates of a high school accredited by the Maryland State Department of Education. Congratulations, you have officially graduated.
Max Choi. Hope Safai. Tyler Cosgrove. Allison Chang. Anna Olisa. Gabriella Wright. Anthony Wren. Clarissa Miranda. Sanvi Paripali. Zara Okudo. Olivia McCann. Caitlin Mariani. Julia Lavovsky. Danny London. Lindsay Lewis. Danielle Land. Benjamin Kleinman. Kevin Glazer. Eddie Batbold. Samantha Peguero. Karen Potts. Savannah Rabin. Max Rothbard. Catherine Russ. Josephine Starr. Eleanor Stasko. Jean-Luc Tessier. Sophie Vinnick. Ray Weinstein. Raid Zaman. Maya Gaddisman. Vivek Majumdar. William Godnick. Jalissa Nagako. Yulima Fofana. Fabian Germa. Allison Musellis. Carly Katz. Ryan Kuntz. Joshua Erd. Nicholas Kim. Lauren Povich. Sophia Shad. Arnav Ter. Jessica Winson. Cassandra Acuna. Rosina Atkins. Philip Alexander. David Altman. Nicole Altman. Wakaha Emmanuel. David Anderson. Chidubem Aniasabosu. Ivan Anishenko. Jude Anya. Amy Appella. Sebastian Argote. Stephen Arias. Jessica Aurora. Kyle Ashley. Serena Atwal. Muhammad Awan. Sia Badri. Nikhil Bakshi. Metasha Babarande Hewage. Bella Bargman. Kaylee Barrow. Aditya Basum. Pierce Beach. Lillian Baldet. Gabriella Becker. Spencer Becker. Mason Burke. Jillian Berman. Ethan Berman. Anderson Bernal. Jackson Bernal. Sarah Bach. Jadon Bond. Xavier Bornhorst. Elena Boudinel. Katie Bowman. Eli Bull. Ethan Bull. Julian Burton. Tyler Buzzy. Denaz Campbell. Christiana Chow. Jacqueline Sao. Jennifer Lonsana. Adam Lee. Jason Lee. Calvin Hanway. Ye Tsao. Anastasia Carmona Pifano. Jorge Carrasquillo. Caitlin Carrier. Saika Carter. Caroline Carver. Chris Castelli. Genevieve Chakravarty. Christina Chan. David Chang. Dana Walden. Eva Gimeray. Daniel Fitzgerald. Siyu Chen. Annika Chapman. David Chen. Evan Chen. Grace Chen. Joshua Chen. Ling Chen. Tenzin Chen. Raul Chenareddy. John Chung. Kei-Ching Chin. Young Cho. Matthew Choi. Ariel Chrétien. Michelle Chung. Dennis Chunikin. Daniel Clark. Caitlin Clifton. Benjamin Cohen. Dylan Cohen. Cameron Colsani. Natalia Colomo. Neve Colvin. Ashley Cook. Tyler Coonan. Tyler Cornett. Samriti Thakur. Adriana Cruz. Joshua Cruz Gottschalk. Luciana Cubero Villiers. Ruth Dye. Lucas Danilian. A. Daniels. Ava Dayanzadeh. Hazel Annabelle Della. Claire Deng. Owen Deno. Abigail Dexter. Kyra Thoan. Jordana Denalo. Andrew Doan. Nina Dorfman. Victoria Dottie. Ian Dowell. Helen Dwan. Naomi Dunbar. Akila Durgadine Dorsey. Sariu Idala. Beka Ido. Evelyn Ehrman. Zachary Eig. Amina Elahi. Daniela Elcomos. Reese Emery. Aiden Erkin. Samuel Ezinwa. Luis Falcom. Aaron Fenster. Hannah Frank. Alexandra Fisher. Alec Fleischer. Jade French. Sophia Fritsch. Ashlyn Fritz. Max Fuster. Anjali Gallagher. Carter Gary. Vijay Gimere. Ian Ghosh. Sarah Gimenez Morel. Talia Guerrero. Brendan Glazer. Shani Glassberg. Christian Goff. Ethan Goldstein. Haven Galladay. Bailey Golub. Melanie Gonzalez. Jolie Graham. Colin Grange. Alexia Grantham. Nicole Grigoriev. Dilara Gundog. Mateo Guzman. Ilya Gurevich. Isaac Hale. Zachary Halegian. Colin Hall. Hoda Hamidi. Yena Han. Martin Harelanoff. Connor Harris. Brian Hoggabook. Selena He. Garrick Heights. Angelina Helfman. Zoe Heller. Jaden Heller. Grant Henneberger. Catherine Hennessy. Whitney Hill. Jacob Hoffman. David Orcasitas. Michelle Shung. Brandon Su. Christopher Huang. Heron Huang. Tiffany Huang. Vincent Huang. Katrina Huen. Abia Hussein. Adam Hussein. Zara Ismailji. Anusha Iyer. Zoya Javed. Harith Jayakumar. Nicholas Jainer. Gloria Jang. Asir Jayachandaran. Kayao Jang. Deborah John. Ketura John. Joyce Kabeya. Ayush Kadigari. Kylie Kaplan. Arnav Kapoor. Savik Carr. Collins Kariuki. Rebecca Katz. Sydney Kauf. Ganif Kaur. Allison Kiesling. Jordan Kelly. Rory Kearns. Aaron Kerr. Michael Cortez. Andrew Khalil. Roshan Khan. Saurabh Ketan. Natalie Keeney. Andrea Kim. Charles Kim. Sophia Kim. Genevieve Kodwal. Jake Konisberg. Catherine Koo. Parker Kopp. Harilaus Kusiafes. Ethan Kwan. Ananth Kudavaravadeli. Jonathan Kwok. Abraham Laban. Eric Lyko. Celia Lamb.
Haley On. Yael Alvarez. Elizabeth Drennan. Angelina Hermosia Roman. Vishal Jane. Andrew Kim. Nina Coatball. Fiona Lynn. Sai Mandan. Tyra Nyame. Maria Fatima Zhang. Danya Philippos. Amrita Sadhu. Swathi Sevagan. Jonathan Lee. Caitlin Lee. Madeline Lee. Sharon Lee. Yegyong Lee. Lily LaFleur. Parker Leibowitz. Felipe Lemgruber de Oliveira. Ethan Lenkin. Evan Lewis. Michael Lee. Shrita Sanvi Verma. Sophie Zhang. Vanessa Zong. Samuel Lee. Josephine Liao. Elsa Lilias. Ryan Lim. Karen Lin. Valerie Lin. Juliana Lindauer. Sebastian Leasing. Chris Liu. Kat Liu. Megan Liu. Ryan Liu. Sophie Liu. Zizin Liu. Gabriela Lizondo. Owen Lomatan. Erica Lopez. Maxime Lukinov. Kelsey Lubliner. Camila Luna Rodriguez. Nathaniel Ma. Victoria Macmac. Kareem Malti. Mary Mamedov. Samuel Markowitz. Dylan Marshall. Sophia McCardle. Devlin McCarthy. Ryan McGraw. Cade McEwen. Kate Massetti. Lauren Meyer. Natalia Millar. Justin Miller. Victoria Miller. Joshua Mursky. Max Mursky. Connor Mitchell. Catherine Mitchell. Gia Mohale. Nicole Morajon. Isaac Muffet. Jack Munini. Connor Murphy. Christian Neda. Mia Na. Rachel Nanos. Sarah Nanos. Kian Naslesorab. Nicholas Negodari Fard. Alexander Negusi. John Ung. Daniil Nikitin. Madeline O'Halloran. Matthias O'Neill. Shuaib Oase. Esther O. Alan Pais. Amaris Palanga. Pranav Palavarapu. Joshua Palma. Dylan Parikh. Shelby Parsons. Ahan Patani. Emily Pate. Constantine Pazargis. Andrew Pang. Leonwei Peng. Leonyu Peng. Colin Pham. Alexander Phillips. Yule Peters. Vivian Pisani. Brooke Pitt. Eliza Pothitu. Celia Pothitu. Sarah Powers. Leah Pratt. Nakul Praveen. Madeline Press. Kayao Pun. Esther Pastilnik. Rodrigo Quiroz Caseda. Riyad Rahman. Arthi Rajesh. Akshara Raju. Arya Ramachandran. Jackson Rankin. Dariush Raufi. Ellie Regnell. Sonia Remules. Rachel Resnick. Afreen Reza. Armin Rezayan Nojani. Nicole Reba. Laura Rickert. Zoe Robertson. Camille Rollins. Chinook Roy. Zoe Rozdilski. Vanessa Rubin. Eric Ruiz Segovia. William Rushetsky. Harel Sabag. Miranda Sanger. Alina Salim. Jacob Sambor. Sasha Sampaio. Jonathan Sanchez. Anya Sander. Alejandra Sandomersky. Bella Sandro. Tyler Sabajo. Sarah Sani. Trisha Sayal. Suraj Saeed. Sophie Schnur. Amanda Schoen. Olivia Schuknecht. Hamza Sebai. Melda Saramet. Matthew Serrano. Sufyan Shazad. Hana Fatima Sheikh. Gibran Sheikh. Luna Schlere. Manha Sheikh. Ramya Shankar. Prahlad Shelvapil. Olivia Shi. Sungha Shin. Sophia Shu. Aliki Shoemaker. Benjamin Shoiket. Andrew Sill. David Simmons. Pagath Singh. Sean Snyder. Daniel Sofer. Varun Sumasundar. Boshwan Song. Emma Song. Ina Song. Jessica Song. Anthony Sorokin. Catherine Sorokin. Eli Sotak. Annika Srinivasan. Antonio St. Hill Lyons. Peter Stanton Shepard. Jared Sue. Brandon Sun. Stacy Sun. Nabah Syed. Taban Talegiani. Ricardo Taylor. Brandon Chinda. Carolina Texiera. Ritvik Thakur. Kate Tepnorarat. Sydney Thompson. Haley Tien. Yuen Tian. Riofei Tan. Rohao Tan. Landon Townsend. Ellison Tran. Li Ping Tung. Ishani Tiagi. Owen Udemy. Rohan Banga. Adithi Vardon. Rebecca Vascones. Bethany Vasquez. Kirion Velasquez Cruz. Marco Villarraga. Luis Vodniza. Alexei Volkov. Rianne Walsh. Lindsay Walter. Aiden Wong. Alicia Wang. Daniel Wang. Ivan Wang. Lydia Wang. Matthew Wang. Yushin Wang. Tara Wasik. Brandon Weiss. Bryce White. Ella White. Margarita Williams. Lucas Wolf. Ethan Wong. Ashley Wu. Byron Wu. Dylan Wu. Brian Xie. Brian Shu. Sophie Shu. Eileen Yang. Joyce Yang. Larry Yang. Julianne Yao. Evan Yi. Keanu Yi. Gina Yoon. Allison Yu. Daniel Yu. Catherine Yu. Nicole Yu. Joshua Yun. Maxime Zakharov. Angela Zhang. Clara Zhang. Dylan Zhang. Emily Zhang. Grace Zhang. Henry Zhang. Jennifer Zhang. Alexander Zhao. Joyce Zhou. Jessica Zhu. Zizuan Zhu. Anastasia Kapustina. Megan Ziafat. Ilana Isabella Zlotchenko. Jamie Swig. Miles Reyes. Christopher Lee. Congratulations, Wootton High School class of 2023.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ana Lisa, and I am deeply honored to be the Hall of Fame student for the class of 2023. Now, graduates, before we turn our tassels to symbolize entering a new stage in our lives, I want to leave one last brief message with you all. Throughout these 4 years, we have seen ourselves grow into the young adults we are today. We have come to understand our strengths and weaknesses, our interests and values, and everything that makes us who we are. In our journeys forward, I urge you all to dive deep into your passions to not only improve your own lives, but the lives of others as well. You have something within you that makes you unique, whether it's a special skill, a lived experience, or an aspect of your personality. This differentiates you from everyone else. Use that to fulfill your goals and to help others fulfill theirs. It's been said that as we work to create light for others, we naturally light our own way. On your journeys to achieving great things, as I'm sure you all will, remember to lean into your communities and give back to the people that have supported you. And in all that you do, strive to make the world a more compassionate, equitable, and sustainable place for future generations. Thank you. And now for the moment that you've all been waiting for, graduates of the class of 2023, please rise. I got you. I'm gonna go on this side. We're gonna take a quick 0.5.
I think I was in the way of some people.
As our futures brightly burn, from right to left, our tassels turn. Woo! On the third gate. Let's go. Or are we doing late? Back to it. We did it! I'm gonna take my I wanted to throw my I should have thrown it. We made it. We got it. Are you crying? I know, I saw it and it landed. No, I was thinking about throwing it, but I was like, no.
Wait, Allison, can we switch spots? I have to tell you something.
Okay.
Can I tell you
I gotta get my stuff.
Me too.
I want to relax and go anyways. Should I leave this here? Yep.
And your daughter's sitting right there. Sorry.
We're done.
She's sitting right there.
get done.